Yeah. Alright, y'all. These are Kiara's grade. Now, I know some of you are smiling because y'all just so hateful. Y'all just hate the prophetess because she's good. I love rubbing in the face. I told the kid, I said, why are y'all still in school? But I tell you what, they're still smart. People that like this up in position, all they want them to do is flunk 1 year. And from my understanding, is Michael Brown. I want Michael Brown to have the death sentence. That's what I want. He's been badgering us for years because of his jealousy. He's a punk. He's a poop butt. They're scared of the Baptists. Now, can you believe these Mexicans over here are afraid of the Baptists? I got a tape recording, and the tape recording shows the lady, the actual attendance or intake clerk, reading to another woman what's written. According to Sheila, that's Sheila, Senator Sheila, I guess, she said we don't want, most of the stuff that's being done is done by Senator Sheila. The food stamp being held, Senator Sheila is in the system, along with Governor Perry. He just allowed it. But Senator Sheila is the one that's really doing most of the commenting, from my understanding. But they're also getting voices. Now, they said that they have been using these voice the one that sound like you. I don't know what it's called. They told me what it's called. But they have been using these voice things for years. Can you imagine them trying to hold back a little girl? This is how vindictive, but they got kids. I'm telling you, baby. They got kids. The government, once we get this all around, the government is not going to be able to stop us, baby. All we want them to see is how crooked they can be. You got the FBI sitting back. You got the police officers sitting back. It's not about a regime, but it's about them wanting to fight. So once the government and everyone see how crooked the Americans and those who work, even if it's Obama has 1 more year. He can't stay in position. And he got little girls. Now, our mind is just like theirs. A kid for a kid. If they want to act stupid, that's what the mind is. They want to act stupid with people's children. They have kids. All they can do is sit around there and try to protect their children, but they got to come out. They never know when someone going to come walking up in that damn church and gank their children first. They never know when someone going to get up to Senator Sheila and stump her fat ass. They don't know that. This is my daughter's grade, and she's a straight A-B student. Let me see if stop, Kiara and Jeremiah. Okay. I said stop playing in the beginning on that hallway. Let me see if I can grab her original. Yes, I am doing threats because I mean it, baby. They're not coming to me. They hitting children because of their jealousy. They're so envious. Now, then they try to push it off and say these are Mexicans on this side. They said this is what the Mexicans always do to blacks' grade. That's what they're trying to say. When they're the ones that started, they started it on the east side. So how could they say not to even let them pass and it's in the system? That's in the system. Now, if you're in another country, I want you to see how crooked America is. Obama is well aware of what's going on. And this is not just happening to my child. Because Sheila, Senator Sheila, and Michael, they're such bitches. They've been in this for the longest. Mayor Castro and the rest of them have sat back and arrested black folks. Yes, they have. They told me Sheila should have already been out of the senator office. That's why it looks like she's the only one getting in trouble. They said her and Castro. Obama is trying to hold on to Sheila because Sheila has his back up there in the government area. Sheila has always been like this. The biggest bulldagger going on is Sheila. And she has always been this way. And they said that's the reason why they're focusing on Sheila and Castro, because Sheila should have already been out, and she's been given several opportunities to get it together. So many of your children has been kicked out for jealous folks like Michael Brown of True Vision Baptist Church. The Baptist Coalition have now, from my understanding, they're fighting against each other. The Baptist Coalition is no longer standing like they should stand because they know that they're crooked. Someone told me that Michael and Ray should have already been out of pastoralship. After I saw their police records, I agreed. They should have already been out of pastoralship because Ray has been accused of so much, from my understanding. And Michael has always gone in to cover him through lies and deceit and deception because of the bonding or whatever he has with city officials. And someone asked us, why didn't we say anything about the city council? City council are full of men who are still working for Michael. That's from my understanding. And they said you had mentioned city council, not one. Now, I am a concerned parent. Look at my daughter's grades. My daughter's grades was like this before we went out of town. That's why I told them, let's go out of town. And I'm telling them, homeschool. I've been giving so many suggestions, but I don't need suggestion, y'all. I want you guys to get up and do something, because not just Kiara. I believe the Lord put me in this situation so you can see your children. We're trying to end it for children, period. Come on, y'all. Hear me what I'm saying. We're trying to end this for children. These people are playing with not just my children's grade, but they have played with yours. This is not something new. I don't care who it is. If it's Adair's, if it's Hertz, if it's Michael, all of them. Do you not know they said in this little jealous spree that they had, they pulled Pentecostals? Well, they're not Pentecostals. The Hertz are not Pentecostal. They moved away from Pentecostal. And they've been trying to throw the Watsons out for years of Pentecostals, so they can't say anything about Pentecostals. Now, I did hear that they tried to engraft some of the other pastors from the Pentecostal. I don't know how far that got, but I know Pentecostals are very stern on their beliefs. And if we are like the way we used to be, we're not going to give in to just anything. Now, you may have 2 or 3 of our pastors are Pentecostal, which, again, they're not really part of Pentecostal. From my understanding, a lot of you went in because it was a black thing. Didn't have anything to do with church after a while. They migrated outwards. They were Baptists, the Baptist Coalition. And again, the Baptist Coalition, they're in disagreement. But now that they're looking at it as a race war because they can't even get the money now they want to come together and fight and pretend like they have no part. But it's not a race war. And they shouldn't get off from what they have done. Sheila shouldn't get off. Michael, I believe Michael and Sheila both should get the death penalty, especially Michael. The money is still leaving out of the account. So if there is an Obama that's involved, Obama should get the death penalty too. You cannot murder folks and get away with it in America. And so many of you are standing back in fear. So many of you are standing back in racism. But I'm going to tell you something about a black man. He's trying to see how far he can get with the white man. And all he's going to do is turn it around on y'all. Well, you let me do it to the blacks. How come I can't do it now? Then he's going to cry out for racism. And then he's going to go for help from the same black that you allow him to hit, to come back and hit you all. And that's the way he is. Now, some folks said Obama has nothing to do with it. Well, he does, but it's through the UN. Obama, I said again, is a white man. Someone asked, well, how come he married Michelle? You never know what people have been setting up. They've probably been setting this up from the very beginning. But again, these are Kiara grades. If you remember, Kiara was high AB, and this is how far down they've taken her. She's got a 70 in science. And you notice that all the class that matters, they went down on 35 in math because she didn't know how to work a calculator. Well, actually, it was a 75 already. So these grades are not correct grades, and I believe I'm going to put them back in homeschool. They don't like it. It's bad that the children have to go to this. And someone said at the school, Nay, don't pull them out yet. Just wait, because they are trying to take you off of all government because you're fighting the government. I'm not fighting government. I'm fighting sexual harassment. That is different. I'm not fighting the government. I'm fighting sexual harassment. Obama has to realize this is not Africa. This stuff ain't going nowhere. If Michelle, that man, ain't good enough for him, then he needs to go get another one because he can't get this one. And to all them Baptist boys, I don't want AIDS, Michael. They can't erase it. I don't want AIDS. Okay? Keep your AIDS to yourself and your family. That's all I have to say about that. Now, to the rest of the staff there at the Baptist Coalition, that's y'all's life. If y'all don't agree with it, because I have some saying, nay, it's getting cleared up. Not all the Baptists want to be involved. They were lied to, just like everyone else involved. But again, I'm pressing charges on every last one of them. And you best believe Obama is not going to keep them out of jail and behind bars. And I am pushing for the death penalty for Michael because he have abused children. And he have been abusing children. And for all those who's aiding in him, this is like molestation. If we're going to allow this to go on, we have to allow all the molesters to get out of prison. We got to allow them to get out because this is molestation. These children are being raped of who they are in their grades. I have to keep them motivated. I say, Kiara, how do you feel about this? She said nothing. And as a parent, it does. If you wanted to make me mad, okay. But you're still not smart, Michael. You're a dumbass black man. And you know you are. You had to suck on a Mexican man's dick in order to get this privilege. I got privilege just by being wise. So if you want wisdom, ask from God. He'll give it to you. And you ought to watch your mama look closely. Pay very close attention to her. Thank you.